Lionhead Studios is giving fans of Tinseltown a chance to take control of their own studio in the movies. You control Sims through a tycoon game and deal with all the glitz, the glamour, the tantrums, and even the paparazzi. Anyone who follows the entertainment industry will get a kick out of this game and its well-designed characters, but restrictions in the simulation prevent the movies from being more realistic and a real blockbuster. The simulation mode in the movies is a walk through the history of cinema. You start out in the 1920s, and as you pass through the decades, your technology will improve. This means your films will get better and reflect what films from that era were like. Historical events like the Great Depression will affect the types of movie genres that people will prefer. Even though your stars, directors, and rival studios are all fake, the historical context makes the gameplay a lot richer. There are numerous factors that will determine if your films and ultimately your studio are successful. The actors and directors need to rehearse and be suited for their genre if they are going to bring positive attributes to a film. On top of this, the game is very Sims-like in that distractions like personal relationships, happiness, and stress will affect their performances. The movies really takes advantage of its subject matter when it pokes fun at celebrity excess. Your talent can develop eating or drinking problems and may need rehab. Paparazzi catching them at the wrong moment in time might put them in a foul mood, and if you want to cheer them up, you might have to send them in for some plastic surgery. It's hilarious to find your lead actor throwing a temper tantrum while the director stumbles across the lot in a drunken stupor, even if it is a little frustrating watching your production fall apart. The filmmaking process is streamlined, but you will still have your hands full. You'll need to hire maintenance workers to keep your studio running, and writers, directors, actors, extras, and crew to make your movies. Managing these personalities on top of your business make this one of the more in-depth tycoon games to date. Your progress is measured against other studios. This culminates every 5 years in the game with an awards ceremony. The awards range from Biggest Star to Most Improved Studio. Winning awards is a big deal for building a high-ranking studio because it gives you a bonus for the next 5 years. The ceremonies break up the game, but it's never clear what factors determine the winners. You can find yourself coming home empty-handed even after a series of box office successes, or taking home a trophy you may not feel you deserve. It would have been nice if you could see more clearly why you won or lost an award. Through the decades, you unlock new sets and your scientists will discover new technologies. These will advance and give you more control over your movies. If you want total control, you'll be able to create your own films using the movie's much-hyped movie-making feature. You can use this to create your own story and even add your own recorded dialogue. If you take the time, you can have a lot of fun with this, and Lionhead has already planned ways for you to upload your movies online. It's a feature that could stand on its own as opposed to being a bonus. Devoting a lot of time and effort into creating your own movie won't necessarily get you good reviews or box office returns, but it offers a world of creativity in a tycoon game based on strategy and management. This mix works, as the movies captures both the business and creative aspects of Hollywood. The Movie Maker setup is a simplified version of video editing software. The tutorials make it a breeze to learn, but getting the precise results you want may get a bit frustrating. It's a fantastic option with tons of possibilities, but it's definitely limited. You have access to pre-existing shot and scene sequences, and while you can control the props, weather, and other elements, it feels like the movie-making feature was designed primarily for beginners. Those who want to spend a lot of time making movies may find it simple and frustrating. Since the movies you're able to make are limited by your studio's resources, the Sandbox feature is a huge plus. Sandbox allows you to pick an era to begin playing in and start with an increased bankroll or pre-built lot. This is a great way to jump into movie making and unlock the best costumes and sets, though you will not be competing for awards. And in spite of the fact that the movie maker lacks some finer details, it does offer a huge amount of preset scenes that generally work well together. The interface for the studio simulation is fairly simple, relying mostly on drag and drop movements and pop-up guide bubbles. When you first start your studio, it may feel as if the game is holding your hand a bit too much, but so much happens so fast it can be easy to lose track, and the help should be appreciated.
Try placing down some ornaments.
You'll quickly learn not to expand too fast, or you'll struggle to keep your employees' relationships in line and get your productions completed on time. The game can get overwhelming, and the smaller issues in relationships you are forced to manage may start to seem trivial and irritating. You'll find yourself making sure every one of your actors has had makeovers into modern clothing instead of working out the financial details of the studio you're in charge of. Tycoon games typically place limitations on how you can spend your money to try and keep your business on a realistic path. However, some of the limits enforced in the movies actually make the business management less realistic, particularly with how the game lets you hire your staff. A thriving studio should be able to hire workers whenever it wants, provided they can afford it. But in the movies, you can only hire employees when they appear on your lot. As you get more films into production, you'll need people to work on them. If you promote maintenance workers to be extras or personal assistants, you'll soon find your studio rating plummeting as it gets out of shape. One would think that with a large bankroll, you'd be able to find a janitor, but most of the time you can't. This keeps you from overexpanding, but it takes some of the fun out of the game when you're forced to play by the rules of the movies as opposed to the rules of the real business world. The Movies is not just for cinema buffs and aspiring filmmakers. It's a solid game that fans of both tycoon games and the entertainment industry can enjoy. It combines the funny character quirks from games like The Sims with a great business simulation. And on top of this, the game offers a movie maker, which is one of the more creative and original ideas in gaming.